we as the people have to be stand up and say enough is enough.
Batman getting no wilder than his car, taking bullets in them cause you wanna panic from afar with the kid in the back. She trying to hold her mother up, cause she just saw the one she loved die in front of her. He being out but you're telling her that she can't move. She not gonna do it cause she figured what that gun will do. You follow orders, got your hands up, walking to the car.
Everybody, thanks for joining me tonight. It's a lot going on, as y'all all know. If you don't know, you wouldn't be in here, of course. It's a lot going on, a lot of things that us as a society need to speak on. You guys all have a voice that, you know, I respect, and it's just a good idea for us to just sit down. Granted, it's on Zoom, but sit down and just speak about it. You know, it's a heavy topic. It's a lot going on, and just things that we need to address. So for this, we got 8 people in here, 9 people. I have just some different topics written down. I'm just gonna throw them out there and just to start the conversation, just to see where this thing goes. And there's a chat. If you got something you want to say, I'll unmute you, or raise your hand or something like that. We'll try and keep it as organized as possible. So with that being said, first things first, George Floyd, pop it off. As you all know, my man was just murdered, just taken out by a police officer. The police officer had his knee on his neck, they said, for about 8 minutes, as him and a large crowd of people around were yelling that he cannot breathe. The police officer, I'm not even gonna say his name, you know, murdered him with people there watching, videotaping it. And it's just led to a mess. So I'll open it up. Who wants to go ahead and make first comment on that? I'm gonna go ahead and let Mondo unmute.
So everybody.
Yeah, go ahead. You're good. We hear you.
Oh, it's only me. Oh, you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's all pretty cut and dry at this point. Well, I don't know if anybody noticed the report today that the private autopsy report just dropped today.
Yep.
And it says he was murdered. They called it a homicide, and I believe they said it was by asphyxiation. And I'm not sure, like, you know, from trauma to the neck or something like that along those lines. I didn't read the article. I just breezed over it, so I didn't go into full details, and there wasn't much. It's tough, man. Like, you know, this is the same story, different day. I'm glad these protests are happening in wake of it. I don't necessarily agree with how we're going about it, and it's not just the looting. I have more of a problem with all black leadership.
Before you dig into the loot, well, we're gonna get to all that. Let's just stay focused on your feelings on. I hear you saying same story, different day, right?
It took me a few days. I think it took me like 3 days to even watch the video. Like, I couldn't watch it. Like, I got so tired of watching it.
I still haven't watched the whole video. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I haven't watched it.
Yep.
I've watched like slices of it. I won't watch the whole thing. I'm not watching 8 minutes of that. I can't.
Go ahead, George. You got anything you want to?
I don't even need to watch the video.
Your initial feelings on it?
I haven't watched the video, man. I mean, you get commentary from it everywhere. It's more of the same, man. Like, I didn't even need to watch the video. I've been watching it so long, like, not this specific situation, but different situations just repetitively happening. So it's more of the same. It's more of the same at this point, man. That's all it is.
Hey Shayla. Hey Shayla.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
This is gang. We're all Malcolm's gang. Other things. So you got anything you want to add to that?
I did watch the whole video from, honestly, I was actually on Instagram. I didn't even realize, you know, the situation. I just saw the headline. So I just kind of watched the whole thing. And then, you know, after seeing all of it, it was just kind of like, here we go again. You know, you got a situation where it's on film. People are filming it. And it's just like, you know, what's going to happen to the police officers? You know, the fact that you have people there, I mean, that you could tell they really wanted to get involved, but they know, I mean, especially being a Black person, you know what the consequences are if you were to intervene with police.
Right.
So I know, you know, a lot of people had thoughts of why they didn't jump in, why they didn't do this, but I mean, there's consequences, especially when you're Black trying to, you know, intervene. So I mean, I'm just glad that the girl who was there, and I mean, she's a young girl. I'm glad that she did film it so people could see, you know, what was going on.
It sparked everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, Malcolm.
Okay, I'm good now.
Yep.
So yeah, I watched the video. I've watched all the videos in the past. Like I think I've watched almost every single one of them. And I don't know if it's a good thing, like a good thing or a bad thing, but like it's almost like, and I hate to say it, but it almost feels like, yo, I'm like numb to it, bro. Like it's just like, cause it's like you always have this thought, like, is this gonna change for us? Is this gonna change for us? And I honestly sometimes feel that it's not gonna change. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I feel like they want us to do what we're doing right now. They want us to go out, go crazy, and give them more reasons to just try and wipe us out. You know what I'm saying? Like they want us to act like idiots so they can have a reason to say, oh, well, they left us with no choice. We had to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But like, I mean, but back to George Floyd, it's just like, it's unfortunate, man, because we keep seeing it and we keep having to see it every day. It's the only thing the news talk about. And it's like, I feel like they're just trying to break the psyche of the black man. You know what I'm saying? And it hurts, bro. It really does. But like I said, I'm numb to it, but it still hurts in the process, in a part of the process. So it's a tough situation, man.
Thanks, Mal. Babe, Kristen?
I didn't watch the video. I wasn't interested in seeing another black man die again by police. I saw the pictures though. I'm sure everybody saw the pictures with the cop with his knee on his neck, circulating. But to me, it's history repeating itself, just in a different manner. I just want to ask this question, like, before I get into what I'm about to say. Do you guys think that the question is, are all cops bad, or is it just some bad apples?
There's some bad apples. Am I still muted? Can y'all hear me?
You're unmuted. Go ahead, Mondo. I see you wanted to say something too, Mondo. Okay. And I'll get to you in a second, DJ. I'll see you as well.
I think there's good people everywhere, but I think when we're talking about cops just in general, because we've seen in the videos, I've seen black cops in the videos doing things to other black people in those videos. So I can't bring myself to say that there's some good cops and there's some bad cops. I don't think it's the person in the uniform. I think it's the system itself. It's literally systematic racism just going on. It doesn't matter if you're black, if you're white. You know how they used to say police officers, it's a brotherhood. This is what we look out for each other. That's exactly what it is. They're looking out for the other man in the uniform. They don't care if you're black and they're black. They don't care if you're white and they're black. It doesn't matter.
Dang.
They're coming after you because you're black and we're a threat, regardless. Whether you're doing something that's threatening or you're just being black, you're a threat. It doesn't really matter. So I think that there's something that needs to be done with the system itself that needs to break. Whether it's a black cop or a white cop or Spanish cop, they're all the same to me personally. Okay, and I go a long way because Onell, you know, babe, like I wanted to be a cop for a really long time.
She did.
And I switched up so fast back like when what was his name? I forget his name. When the first riots started breaking out, I can't remember his name, but the other guy that died when he got strangled, with the cops with his knee on his neck. I see
Eric Garner.
Eric Garner.
Thank you, Jayla. Eric Garner. When that happened, my whole mindset changed because it was like, how can you murder somebody? You're already in a position of power, and you just kill somebody who's helpless, literally.
Yeah, I think I've seen a video like twice, and then the third time I kind of watched it, but I kind of skimmed through it. I wanted to see what was going on, and it still never really made any sense to me. They just violated my man's on camera, and I feel as though if it was the other way around, it wouldn't be like that. So either way, I mean, it's not a race thing, but it's still at the same time you could see shit like that not happening if it was something else. But as far as what they did to him, it was the same thing they did to like 3 other people. And then when I see like the looting shit happen, I was like, honestly, if it's not like a personal business, halfway I like really don't give a fuck. Because I was like, That's the way you gotta answer. You gotta make people answer you. That's the way you gotta make people answer you. I'm not out there with them, but still, it's like you get to people's pockets, they start to answer the way you need them to answer.
I'm gonna bounce to Trev. Trev, go ahead. You got anything on that?
Yeah, man. So I saw a video the other day. I think I sent it to Mal. It was a white cop and a white guy driving, but just a quick breakdown. But just seeing the whole. Hey, be quiet. Sit down. Sorry about that. Just seeing the whole video, like how long it took. Yo, can you get him, please? Can you come in and get him? Golly. My fault. But just seeing how long, like, it took at least 8 to 10 minutes for it to actually escalate for the white cop to pull the guy out of the car. Mind you, he wasn't doing anything crazy. Like, it's the same thing as, as all, the other black people getting, pulled over by cops. The same exact situation, except it took 8 to 10 minutes longer for the situation to escalate as opposed to a black man getting pulled over. Just seeing that is like, it's just crazy. It just blows my mind that this is actually what's going on. They're not even giving an African American a chance.
You can not let me in the
But you're letting a white man explain himself, even though the cop was still being a dickhead and, going back and forth with him. But just the fact that he gave him that much amount of time, like that 8 to 10 minutes extra, that can save your life right there. But at the end of the video, he ended up pulling him out of the car. He ended up tasing him, such and such, and got him in the back of the car. Boom. Okay, that's cool, but it was a tase. It wasn't a gun. He wasn't shot. He was tased. So that 8 to 10 minutes, he was still explaining his own whole entire story. He had a chance to save his life, as opposed to an African-American man automatically off rip. Boom, you got less than 3 minutes to explain what you're doing, what's going on, why you feel the way you feel. Oh, he's got a gun on him. Let me go ahead and shoot. It's a different world, and it really is like, I'm half white, half black. So I see it, both sides, and I get called Puerto Rican, Hispanic, whatever all the time, but I see both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable the amount of time that you get to kind of prove yourself if you're a black man, if you're a white man. It's crazy.
I believe anybody else, Huck, you got anything you wanna add to that? Okay. Go ahead and unmute yourself, bro.
Yeah, so I saw the video, but I think someone said like they're numb to it. And, like, I feel like the same way. Like what I'm really feeling right now is like, when's the next shooting gonna happen? When's the next cop gonna kill another black man? And I was on Instagram today, and Marcus Spears, he plays football. He plays football, and he was like, his 11-year-old son was like, Dad, why didn't he just let him? Why didn't he get up? Like that's crazy. Like you just think about like. He said, I can't breathe. You're going to kill me. He didn't get up. Like, why didn't he get up? So it's like, I'm just feeling like, well, who's next?
Yeah. Wow. So coming off that, obviously we all, just listening to everybody, you feel how strong and how passionate everybody feels about the situation. So the whole nation basically erupted a few days after this happened. And I've honestly seen some of the wildest things I've ever seen. Like I'm gonna be honest, like I'm somebody that when they used to say that people used to start riots to make black people look bad and all that stuff, like I was kind of on the fence with that. Now there's legitimate footage of white police officers starting riots, inciting riots to spark black people to do things that they weren't doing. Everything has been peaceful on our side of things until a white person stepped in and decided to throw a rock, break a window, light a fire, and it's literally disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm just say that and open it up. Mondo, go ahead.
Like and let's be clear. It's not just the other side. It's and that's what my that's my biggest problem with this whole situation as far as the riots go. Like even as the riots go, we're allowing, or not even that we're allowing. Yes, we're allowing it. I don't care. We're allowing these white people to dictate how we're protesting. Mm-hmm. I have a huge problem with that. You see all these videos around there. It's nothing but a bunch of white people vandalizing stuff. Yeah, you see the black people too, but it's usually after effect from what the white people are doing. So I'm like, yo, what are they so mad about? Excuse me? Like, what are they so mad about to have to be going around there vandalizing and stuff like that? And then why are the black protesters like being egged, allowing themselves? I know we're hurt. I know we're all in an emotional state, but like we got to pay attention. Like, we're following them and doing what they want us to do. The vandalism is not starting with us. It's not. Even the aggressive interactions is not starting with us. So that's my biggest problem with the whole thing. And to be honest, it's kind of like a double-edged sword in a lot of ways. Because for one, I think the reason why we've gathered or garnered so many allies was the blatancy of the act, like the length of time. Like most except for Eric Garner, most of the other interactions were kind of like knee-jerk reactions, or you can like most of them like, oh, he reacted too quickly, he could have done something else. Like this was one, Eric Garner was another one. These were one of the few times where it's just like a length of time. Like the guy looks into the camera, smirks. You feel me? Like the arrogance of the whole deed. You feel me? So like, I think that's why we're seeing even across the world, or we've garnered a lot of white allies over this, because they're like, yo, this is like one of the first times that they're like, yo, look, like you can't now. A lot of times it's undeniable.
So I'll ask you. So do you think that's a product of the situation or the reaction to the situation? You know what I'm saying? Like, because like you said, this has happened before. It's not the first time a black man has been killed in this fashion, but this is the first time that we broke into a Louis V store and all that stuff afterwards. So do you think that's what's waking people up, or do you think it's just time?
I think.
Go ahead. Sorry, Mondo.
Like, it's crazy.
Go ahead, Mondo.
I get what Mondo's saying, but I think it's a time thing, because I kind of was like listening to what Charlamagne the Guy was saying earlier today. It's like, this is what you get when it's a buildup. It's a multitude of things, as far as people being stuck in the house with quarantine for the last 2 months, not getting the money that they said they're supposed to be getting, seeing another man getting killed on TV. And then you have, like you said, what they call them, the white anarchists or whatever they calling them, the people that's going out and or whoever that is.
Tifa.
You got that. You got that, and you got and Tifa. I saw a bunch of different names, but you see that, and then you got people on our side, from people who are black, who really are hurt and know the full effect of what's going on, trying to stop those people. Like, it's just like, it's a lot, bro. Like I said, like you said, I think it's a time thing. I think it's all this has built up over time. The Louis V thing, the Rolex, people breaking it. Some people doing it for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people are doing it for the wrong.
Right. So like, but everybody wasn't raised the same way, so they're not gonna handle their anger the same way somebody else might handle their anger. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm gonna toss it down to Shayla, and then I'm gonna get to Dennis.
I was gonna say kind of what Malcolm was saying. I think especially with coronavirus going on, it kind of gave a lot of people excuse to go out and do whatever they want to do. I think that's a huge factor. I think if coronavirus wasn't going on, I don't think these riots will be on the level that they are right now. You got a lot of people taking advantage of the situation. I mean, I have seen a lot of videos though of Black people trying to stop or put, people on blast for the ones that are going in graffitiing and busting out windows and stuff like that, just making it known like, hey, it's not us that's doing it, it's other people. And then, you have, like in Minneapolis, you got the mayor saying that majority of the rest were people from out of town. So, I mean, it's clearly that people are taking advantage and they're trying to go into that town, ruin it, and then go back home as if nothing, as if nothing happened. So, I mean, I feel like there's people who are really out there for the cause, and then there's people who are just, it's something for them to do right now.
For sure. Go ahead, Dennis.
Well, I'm glad you. First of all, thank all y'all for being here and being able.
Oh, where'd he go? You muted. You muted. Unmute yourself, Dennis.
Did you hear me when I said thank you for inviting me, man?
Yeah, we heard you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, bro, love. I kind of want to, you know what I mean, kind of get right into it. I would just tell everybody that's on this call, this is only my unique perspective about this situation at hand. This is only my perspective, you know what I'm saying? And I will just be honest with everybody and tell them, we shouldn't be surprised at this, people, because if we go back in history and we really look at the aspect of the African descent or anybody of the African diaspora, we know that police were actually created to catch slaves. These are all facts. You could go Google it. You could go look it up. They were initially put out to catch slaves. Our black men in this country have been castrated, have been dehumanized, have been raped. Our women have been raped. Our children have been killed. And the only thing that's different now is the aspect of technology. So you're able to see it on a wider span. These things have been happening in history forever. You go look at don't go to your local high school for any type of history. Go look up some African or Pan-African history, and you will see the disparity of wealth, the disparity of treatment, the dehumanization, snatching us of our education. And honestly, in my opinion, the things that are going on right now, I'm gonna just tell you from, like I said again, this is my perspective. The economy had went through something that it has really never went through before, other than in 2008. And probably, honestly, in probably 1936, when a lot of things crashed as far as the market, industrial revolution, and things started to be industrialized throughout the world, and colonization and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? And that was like kind of a dry period for a lot of people, as far as agriculture and different things like that. This is one of those periods. You just think about this, man. Why are they letting black people go mess up these cities, mess up these towns? Why are people doing this? Y'all just talked about COVID, right? Y'all just talked about Corona. We know that the economy took a mean decline. So all of these buildings that people are breaking up, these windows, they going in there and stealing, and they doing all of this and going crazy. That's fine, but they gonna cash out on the insurance money, and then you still gonna go back and shop at the place that you were talking about that you messed up. So if we really want to make change, I have no problem having these conversations. Anybody that know me, they can reach out to me. Mondo and I had plenty of conversations. I be talking his head off. But I'm gonna tell you this. Everybody on this call, I challenge you to reach out to everybody that's on this call, and we exercise group economics. Because us sitting here talking about we gonna do this and the white man, it ain't no such thing as white supremacy. It's white supremacy in the mind of black people.
Preach.
We are already the superior. So anything you tell me about a black person, I can relate it to nature, and I can relate it to this situation. Damn near verbatim. So exercise group economics, and that's just not saying, oh, well, you know, I'm gonna just go buy from a black business. No, go get your own business. Start to learn about tax write-off so the economy can switch and the pendulum can change. As soon as the pendulum changes as far as the economy, we know from the Montgomery boycott, this happened. Martin Luther King did it, even though he said he led our people into a burning building, which was segregation. Don't forget about that. Before that, it was the Montgomery boycott, and that was one of the things that made the economy decline for 395 days, man. So stop going to Walmart. Stop taking your ass online to Amazon. Stop feeding yourself with poison. You know why people out there doing all that shit? Because they sick. You sick because of what you eat. We know three things. If we, my fault, I be chatting, man. Y'all gotta tell me to get up.
Talk that talk, Dennis. Let them know.
You know anything about DNA, right? And this is just some shit that we just gotta talk about, right? If you know anything about comedic science and DNA, we know three things are attached to the male body: the brain, the heart, and the stomach. The woman is four things: it's the brain, the heart, the stomach, and then the uterus. Okay. We say, damn, girl, you got your mama attitude. Damn, you got your daddy ways. DNA is passed down through generations. So I'm gonna tell you this, black people, brothers and sisters. All of them individuals that was fighting for us, fighting for our rights, you got some of that DNA in you too. You got those kings, you got those queens. You wasn't always in servitude. You had an abundance of resources. They tell you you came here and you was a slave because that's all they want you to know, because of the construct of the mind. You understand? The mind is a powerful thing, and then if you can control people with their minds, you can control everything. I'm not gonna talk about nothing else, but that's Willie Lynch. You feel me? These are all facts. Sorry.
I'm gonna pass it on. I'm gonna pass it on.
I'm
Nah,
sorry,
that's
bro.
great.
I'm sorry,
Thanks,
bro.
bro. Nah, thank you.
I'm sorry, man.
George, you got anything you want to add on your thoughts on the riots and the protests?
So when it comes to the protests, again, I'm very of course don't condone violence, everything like that. But at this point, man, there was the saying from Martin Luther King that, you know, a riot is the voice of, you know, people that is going through some shit. I don't know the exact fucking phrase, but it's people going through some shit. When you keep seeing the same shit happen over and fucking over again, right? Peaceful protests, you doing that shit. Shit's not working. People don't know what to do. They don't know how to deal with watching somebody that looks like them just getting killed right in front of their face. When we say we are desensitized to the issue, fucking we desensitized, but at the same time, in the back of your mind, you're fucking crying out. You don't know what the fuck to do. So a lot of this shit, yeah, it is caused by white motherfuckers who are taking advantage of the situation, and them Antifa niggas who are just crazy nonetheless to begin with. But at the end of the day, it's also some of us, and there's people out taking advantage of it, yes, but it's also people who are just tired of fucking seeing people getting murdered at the hands of a police officer. So many of us, I know, I speak for myself, but I can speak of countless times that I've been through similar situations with the police where I've been brutalized or, you know, harmed in some type of way. And yeah, that shit's been happening for fucking years. The first time it happened was age 14. When you know that in the back of your head and you're still seeing this shit happen as a grown man, that shit does something to you. Like, there's no way in hell that it doesn't do something to you, and it doesn't make you go crazy to really be like, yo, it's 2020 and I'm actually oppressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually oppressed. I can actually go out, do a fucking peaceful protest, not harm nobody, and nobody will give a fuck at the end of the day. That's the thing that is happening right now. No fucking gives a fuck. We've seen this. You would think that when something's caught on camera, you would think this, and it hasn't happened yet. And I think people are getting to the point that it's like, I don't know what the fuck to do, so I'm just gonna fucking destroy some shit. You feel me? I'm just gonna fucking, I don't know what the fuck to do, but I know this fucking building reminds me of the establishment, reminds me of the government, so that shit is going. Fuck it, burn it. You feel me? And at the end of the day, yes, people have business insurance. They're able to fucking get these things back. They'll be back built better than ever. It'll be like it's brand new. Unfortunately, there's small business and there's also small Black businesses that might have that insurance coverage. And that's the downfall that I really don't like about this shit, is that these larger companies are insured the fuck up. Everything is covered. But this is where it comes to economics and us as a people, because if you got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? If you got to be ready for anything to happen, you got to properly structure your business. But we are not taught this. It starts at the mind. We're not taught how to properly protect our business. So during the times like this, where just random shit is getting messed up, random stuff getting messed up, don't matter if it's Black, don't matter if it's white, shit is going the fuck down right now. And there's these people who are protected, they couldn't be going out there and mask themselves and looting because COVID just fucking killed their business anyway. And now they need that insurance money to bring it back to life. But unfortunately, there's these Black businesses that are not protected. And that's why, like, for me, focusing on the cause, focusing on fucking, not the cause, but fucking how can we defend against this shit? One, education, with what to do with your businesses and just overall insurance coverages when it comes to your businesses. But that's super small in the overall scheme of things. It starts in economics. We don't have any fucking power. You know what I'm saying? The power is green. At the end of the day, power is green. And I say it's green because it's land and money. Land and money. Those are the two things that run this entire country. Power is green. We cannot change anything until we, like my man said, practicing group economics. Practicing group economics is a way that can fix a lot of this shit. Economics and education can fix a lot of it. But the protest, man, oh, I don't condone it, but like I understand. Like I understand. I went to Philly myself. My man's had to talk me out of fucking getting out of the car and riding myself, because I just want to go fucking break some shit, because it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, that can literally be any of us. And when you when you feel helpless, what do? There's no right answer to that. You know what I'm saying? Help.
One thing I just want to say too, like I just dropped it in the chat. One thing is like the part of the issue is in these times is I think our leadership is lacking in many ways. And the leadership that we look to or that's promoted to us aren't necessarily like the people we should be going to. Like, why the hell is T.I. out here trying to talk to us? Like, what? Like,
Talk
you were
about
just
Wakanda,
complaining
right?
a couple months ago that you couldn't get into your damn gated community.
Right.
But you out here trying to talk to us about what it is to be angry and get pulled over and watch a normal person get killed by the cops, and you want to talk to us now? Like, this is a person that's lost touch. If you ask me, why is he talking to us?
Cool.
Yo, that's something I have been. Yo, I'm a music lover, and I love a lot of artists. But to be honest, I can't listen to a lot of rappers and people when they start getting into their politics because you're a walking contradiction.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't talk like you for the people, and the music you making is not helping the people. Like you're the stuff you like. T.I., prime example. You talking about T.I. like what has he done to like? Yeah, granted, you know you talk with all your big words and everything like that, but the music that you put out in the past and the music that you still promote is not doing anything for our community. I think music has playing a major role in how it's affecting us as Black men. A lot of Black men in our generation today, I think that's playing a major role in it. But that's just something I wanted to get off my chest real quick because I really.
Wait.
I'm gonna hit Kristen, then I'm going to DJ at the park.
Okay, I just want to rewind back to a few things, and then I'm gonna get on what Malcolm said.
Go ahead.
Then we have to like remember that the narrative of this entire thing is not the rioting and the looting. Although it is happening, we can't let that be the narrative of what's going on, because that's exactly what the news stations are saying, the president is saying, everybody's saying, the police are saying. They're like Mondo said, they're trying to steer the narrative differently. We can't as a people allow the narrative to be twisted. Like I literally watched some of y'all follow me, some of y'all don't on Instagram, but I posted this news lady interviewing a Black girl who was in college, graduated, literally trying to switch her up from what she was saying on live TV. Like you just have to watch it. It was crazy. But literally the narrative cannot change. So we got to be mindful of that. Like we can't let the rioting, the looting be, oh, that's all this was. Black people were just rioting and they were looting, blah, blah, blah. No, we were out there, we were protesting, and then the white people came, the cops came and tore down this building and broke this window and, did whatever they did. So there's that. And back on the money situation, it's on us to do what we need to do as people. Like even our generation right now, I don't know who has kids and who doesn't have kids besides George. I know George has a daughter and he's doing everything he can to educate his daughter. It's up to us to educate our young kids coming up and teach them about money, teach them about what they can do, teach them how they can change. Because even if we don't get to do it in our lifetime, somebody else maybe, our kids and the next generation coming up can do that. They can change the system or they can change the money. Yesterday, I believe the 31st was the Tulsa Massacre anniversary. If anybody doesn't know what that is, that was when the white people bombed literally the Black neighborhoods to destroy Black Wall Street. We knew what we were doing back then, and we know what to do now to an extent. They're not allowing us to do it. So there's that. Now back on Malcolm, because this is my topic right here. This music shit. We also got to remember, I don't care if T.I. is Black. I don't care if Jay-Z is Black. I don't care about none of these people who are Black. They're all ran by white people. White people are the end all be all right now in this world. They are the people behind the Black person who's up there or whoever. Beyonce too. I love me some Beyonce, but there's a white person behind her. Rihanna might be the only person who I know stands up and says what she needs to say about her people. Beyonce does too, but whatever, that's regardless. White people are behind them. So we got to remember it's them that they're going to. Like, yo, I'm going to put this song out. It's got these lyrics talking about my community. We uprising, we doing this, and the third. And they ain't letting that shit slide. They're not letting that shit slide. No, switch those lyrics up. Talk about how you was in the hood, robbing and stealing and shooting and doing all this other stuff. That's what they want us to hear. Again, it's the systematic, going back, hearing with brainwashing, hearing the news over and over again, hearing the music over and over again. It's brainwashing. That's all they want to do to us, because an educated Black man, an educated Black person in this world is dangerous. If we get ahead of them, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for them, and they know it. So they do everything they can to keep Black people down, literally. And we see it happening every single day. That's all.
Hey, can I say something real quick? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Monty. Sorry. And then we're going to go to DJ.
Yo,
Monty and then DJ.
My fault, DJ.
No, you good, bro. Take your time.
Hey, man, I'm glad everybody's on here. I'm kind of in the same boat as George was saying. Like, I definitely don't encourage violence, but when I saw this shit, like when I saw this George Floyd video, it's crazy. It was a Tuesday morning. I'm taking my morning dump, right? Not to be funny, but before I saw his video, I saw another Black man get shot by the cops. He was a younger dude. He got shot by 2 cops. It was a quick video, maybe 10, 15 seconds. I kept moving past it because, to your point, you're kind of numb to it at this point, right? It's 15 seconds, another Black man gets shot. You know what I'm saying? We've been seeing this stuff ever since iPhone's been out. When I saw the next video, which was Floyd, for 9 minutes, like I couldn't explain my feelings. I was very upset, and honestly, I wanted to be out there with the people who were starting shit. Like, I feel like you can only do take yourself out of your own shoes, because I feel like we're all, I'm not gonna say away from the bad part of like Black people, because we're all Black here, but like it's some Black folks who didn't get their stimulus, don't even have a fucking job. That coronavirus is forcing these people to stay in these small confined places, and they're realizing like, my life isn't that great. And then you got this shit going on in the news. It's like, well, fuck it, I ain't got nothing else to lose. I don't care if they bring the military out. Like, fuck it. Like, they're already shooting us. If they're not shooting us, some white person might shoot us for the hell of it. If the white person don't shoot us, somebody in our hood might shoot us just for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do I have to lose if I'm gonna be out here looting and shit? So that's one thing that I just wanted to make a point about. And then another thing about the whole looting thing is like, y'all like the fucking government isn't hearing us silently, right? They're not hearing us doing what we need to do. Peaceful protests. They're not hearing LeBron James and Wade and all those people, put the I Can't Breathe stuff on in like 2014, 2015. They're not hearing it. So now y'all are going to feel our emotions, which I hate to say it. I feel like that's the only thing we got left. Like, at the end of the day, yes, we are going to have to sit down and maybe make some rules and make some structure. But right now, George Floyd is not going to be the last person. And like, this shit's not going to end just from like being quiet and just like, and trying to play nice. Like, I feel like we have to take it to them. Like, we got to take it to them. We got to take it to them. We got to be the ones that are on the phone watching some white teenagers play around, call the cops, say, look, I think they might shoot this up. I think they might shoot this up because I've seen white people shoot up a whole bunch of shit before. Like, we got to flip the script on them. And I'm not even like this, but I feel like we have to like put the pressure on them some kind of way. That's all. That's all I want to say.
Go ahead, DJ.
Hello, everybody hear me? Hey,
Yep.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, I want to piggyback what Monty said, what Malcolm said, and then what George said too. First, what George said, he actually has a point. If we could find a way, because people don't want to compromise unless you hit them in the pocket. You should know that from what the NFL taught us. They had this year, I don't know if anybody remember, a couple of weeks ago, they started to say we're going to give Black coaches a first round, second round pick or something, some bullshit like that. They're doing that so they could basically make people feel comfortable again. They just started letting people celebrate again. They said you're not allowed to celebrate. Then they bring back celebration because they're trying to get us back. They're trying to compromise what rules they made before just to come back and say, you know what? Let's bring this back so we can get our viewers back. Because they got rid of end zone celebrations, bring them back end zone celebrations. And what George said made sense because I was listening to Dr. Boyce Walker. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Dr. Boyce Walker. He's a little extreme sometimes, but he talks about.
Oh yeah, I listen to him a lot. I can tell him something.
He is good song, exactly. But he sometimes he talks about like Dr. Claude Anderson, and he has a book called Powernomics. And you know, Powernomics is about, like Dr. Claude Anderson says, the last 25, 30 years, he's 89 years old. He said the same forever. He said, first, you need to build a community. And you need finance, like George said, you need economics. And when you have economics, then you start putting people in power as far as politics go. And then everything falls into place. But first, you need the money because people don't listen unless you got the money for it. And right now, most of our money is tied into charity, loans, and all this shit. And we're not going to get reparations, but we spend the most money. So if we can spend the most money with us, we're going to make it because we got basketball shoes. We got walk around shoes. We got Friday outfits. We spend most money more than anybody else on this planet. And I think we like the 10th richest nation, which means that if we fail from some type of depression, we can refinance ourselves 3 times over, again and again and again. One of the richest nations in the country, in the world, they say. I think we're the 10th richest nation in the world, some shit like that. So with that, like we have all the attributes that we need in what is it called that we have? I forgot, this is word that he used. Well, I can't get to it, but right now what I know is our investment is in our physical labor and in what we do. We spend a lot, we make a lot of music too. Like we do music, we do sports. If we could find a way to corner the market with those, we got everybody on our side. Because we don't have everybody on our side. We have people listening to what we say because at that point, they got the upper hand. They got the sports. They got the shoes. They got the artistic sensibility to, design stuff that everybody likes. They make funny stuff. They got comedians. So if you got all that, then you got the power. You just don't have no type of unity.
Anybody got? Go ahead, Mondo.
But part of and this is kind of goes into, like, he brought up Boris Watkins and the Power Economics and Dr. Claude Anderson, and I listened to them a lot. And this is also going off of what Dennis was saying, and I'm gonna tie into the point with our leadership and some of these people. Is like, you know what I mean? Like they talk about the Black Wall Street all the time, right? And how it was, it was successful, and then they came and tore it down. The issue with that was back then they didn't have the ability to protect their stuff. You know what I mean? They were able to just run up in there, tear it down. Like today, we could create that almost over. We could almost recreate that overnight if we really wanted to. If we was really talking about it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, especially with some of the, like you said, we got bad athletes. We got music guys that got in the music industry that got their own money. Let alone, you know what I mean? Like, we got our own doctors. We got our own lawyers. We got everything we need. Now, if we really trying to talk about rebuilding these things, first of all, it's the information. Like things that Dennis was talking about, things that Dr. Claude Anderson talked about. This information has always been available. You feel what I'm saying? It's just that it's not available to us. They're not keeping it from us. It's out there. It's just a lot of us don't know where to go look. So we kind of got to discover this on the fly. Most of our stuff comes from discovery. Nobody tells us what we're doing. Nobody's telling us how to navigate within their system. They're not going to tell us how to navigate within their system. We got to find it. You know what I mean? So that's part of the thing. Like, we got to continue to share information. Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody finds that information, like what Dennis is talking about, what Dr. Claude Anderson and Boris Watkins is talking about, we got to take these things into consideration and use them and hold people accountable when, you know what I'm saying? And we got to start holding people in our community accountable that's talking like they trying to make this progress, but they not moving that way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Where's it at? Where is it?
Look, Cap was 100% correct. You know what I'm saying? Kneeling and all of that shit. I 100% agree with Cap and all of that. But the very fact that we have yet to hear from this man, we've seen only tweets. We've only heard this man's voice but one time a fucking Nike commercial. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. But like, these are the type of people that irritate me. Cause it's like, okay, you came out here, you set a standard, lost your job over it, set these movements, created these programs, but we don't hear from you.
Right, where's his
voice?
So now,
a nigga like, I was about to say, my fault, Mondo. I hate to, this is my rebuttal.
Go ahead.
Somebody like him, what else can he say?
No, that's a cop-out to me. That's a cop-out to me. Don't try to be a martyr, and then when it's time for the martyr to step up and lead, you're quiet. I don't agree with that. How you this is what you stood for, this right here. And look, it's almost a perfect storm for him to, like, you wanted to lead this charge. You stood out on the ledge and kneeled and explained yourself of why you're kneeling. You went through all of that. You didn't have to do that, but you chose to do it because you knew it was going to get attention. And you kept going with it. You talking about you wanted to work in the NFL, they're blackballing you. You get this whole night, you get a big bag. You get a big bag from Nike for representing this movement. Big bag. Everybody, his gear, they making that gear, jerseys selling out, hotcakes. Immediately, he making millions of dollars over this shit. Now the bench, look how the man died. Look how Floyd died. With a knee on his neck, kneeling. Fam, like, what are we talking about here? And he's still quiet. All he's doing is tweeting. So it's like the very person we think that, oh shit, Cap was right. Oh, what Cap got to say? Oh, we get 100 characters. And he's offering to pay the lawyer fees of some of the protesters. Granted, great stuff, but y'all don't get an empty feeling here. Like, you want more. Like the person I'm supposed to, the very people who stood for these things, and don't get me started on Obama, fam. Don't even get me started. So that's what I'm saying about the leadership, man. That's what I mean about our leadership, man. This is bullshit. Like,
let Mal get his rebuttal in. Let Mal get his rebuttal.
No. That was it. That was it. I just wanted that was like me, devil's advocate. What else can he say? You know, I mean, I'm
just saying we can't allow them to be copped them out just because, like, oh, they stood for something, and like, oh, we can't mess with them now. Hold these people accountable. Like, yo, fam, where are you? Like, think about, like, we talking about, oh, we don't agree with the looting and things of that nature. Imagine if Cap took this time to come out and say, look, we not going to do it that way. Imagine the reaction you would have got from people. Or if Obama really stepped up and say, look, you feel me? And really, like, let's be serious here. Come on.
Obama.
Come on.
Where are you?
Oh, hold on. I'm muting Mondo. I had to mute it. We got any Cap rebuttals? Anybody want to argue Mondo's point on Cap? Do y'all think he should be saying more? Do y'all think he should? What do you think, Kristen? You got anything?
He should be saying a lot more.
I think he should be saying more, but I don't know. I'm partial to that because I have like a different like point of view on it. Some people aren't meant to be in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that was enough for him. Doing everything he did the first time was enough for him. He didn't even look like he wanted to do it the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did it. I think he meant. I don't know what he thought. I don't
think he thought it was going to turn into what it turned into.
Exactly. I don't think
that's what he thought.
And who knows if he wants to do it again. And right, exactly.
True, George.
Exactly.
You probably
like,
thought people
was
was going to ride, but nobody's riding.
Exactly.
It was very few. It was very
minimal. You can't look at people that just because they're famous or they're celebrities, like they're Martin Luther King. There was only one Martin Luther King. We can get somebody that might be next after Martin Luther King, but they ain't going to be Martin Luther King. And he may not be the one that's supposed to be out there saying, all right, this ain't how we supposed to do it. It just might not be him. I don't know how he feels, so I can't be mad at him, so to speak. He said something. Maybe he thought that was enough. I don't know. But what I'm more mad at is everybody who ain't saying shit. I'm mad at Drake. I'm mad at everybody else who ain't open their mouth. Coonin, Kanye. I'm mad at all of them. They ain't nothing but some coons. And I don't care because I'm not listening to nothing they put out. I'm not dealing with none of that because y'all ain't open y'all mouth and y'all steady making money off the hood. steady making money off of Black people, stealing our culture, looking like us, making butts bigger, lips bigger, and all that. That ain't nothing but Black folks. And y'all steady making money. Nah, y'all ain't nothing but some coons, and I ain't with the shit. I'm more mad at them.
Shayla.
I mean, I agree. I agree on what everybody say. You know, I mean, it's easy for us, especially like I don't want to fully judge Cat because it's just like, I mean, he did more than I have, so I can't say what he should do. I mean, I can only speak of what I should do. I mean, he does have a bigger platform, so I mean, you do look for people who have that platform to, you know, kind of step up, because people do like leadership. I mean, that's basically how we progress over the years, is having somebody kind of lead us, you know, through. So, I mean, I don't know, but I do want to hear kind of what everybody solutions are for, you know, how we can, you know,
Okay.
Move
for
forward
our
as a
community
people.
to progress. Yeah.
Okay. I'm giving it to Dennis. If you want to make a comment on the cap situation, and I think Dennis' solution is the economics. Let's see.
Even on the aspect of Cat, man, honestly, and like I said, man, when I first came on, this is just my humble opinion. It's only my perspective. We sound like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a broken record, like broken people. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, everybody that we're talking about that's not stepping up and saying anything, I don't want them to step up and say nothing, in my opinion, because I'm tired of talking. You understand? Like, I don't want to have no round table discussion. I don't want to sit here and talk to a room full of Black people or be on a podium and talk about Black people, because I want to be in the trenches. I want to see what's going on. So all of these people that have these monies and different resources and these different platforms, I think you need to probably try to interject yourself into one of these institutions that we're all surrounded around. Personally, education, preferably education, because that's one of the meanest constructs that they have, other than the medical system, that we all go to. So when we talk about Cat and them, all of them, Drake, man, y'all need to actually get out in the community and save some of these people's lives, because it's a lot of people that's suffering way worse than we are from the disparity of wealth. That's my thing about the celebrities. T.I., sit your ass down. Nigga, you made a mixtape trap music. Love him to death as an artist, man, in his early ages, but as far as him speaking on us as a community, nah, man, it's only a very few that's gonna get a couple of passes with me as far as our community. In regards to solutions, I sent solutions in the group. Like, I hope you guys take heed of that. Like, I'm only a man that's trying to help out my community. I told you guys, I'll go quick, Onell. I ain't gonna take too much time. I'm gonna be real quick with it, because I know, you know what I mean, everybody else gotta talk. But what I did was, y'all, I broke it down step by step. The last person, I don't know your name, man, but you was on here and you said, what's our solutions? Brother just gave them to you. I'm not saying I'm the leader, but I definitely would tell you guys this. I feel like that this information that I just put in this chat can perpetually change economics and change our lives. So step one is buy a whole life insurance policy. The reason behind that paradigm and behind that ideology is simply because if you have a life insurance policy, they're going to be less likely to kill you because your family going to cash out. Facts. So if a whole bunch of young Black people was to get life insurance policies and our families was the beneficiaries of them, then they will be less prone to kill us. You understand? That's the first thing. All right. And step two, purchase you a trust. And the reason that you want to purchase you a trust is because everything is held in trust. Look at the back of the dollar bill. In God we trust. They tell you to go get you an LLC, but they do not tell you to go get a trust. If anybody is familiar, or if anybody reading right now, go read the Rockefeller Method. It will tell you how to perpetually build wealth via the trust. The trust is a very powerful tool, and it's not a creature of a state. It's its own creature. It's its own entity. It's its own separation from the state. So please go get that. Retitle everything you got to it, and make sure your kids and your assets are protected. Right? Longevity. The third step, I think I gave y'all 3 or 4. I gave y'all 3. The next one was the LLC. The reason that I tell y'all to go purchase the LLC is because you want to get an EIN number for that LLC, as well as you want to get an EIN number and a tax ID for that trust account. And the reason why you want to do that, Black people, is because that's going to create you a situation where you not only live where you work, but you work where you live. What does that mean, right? Everything you do now is going to be a tax write-off. So when Drake said he just he ain't filed his taxes yet, he too turned up. Yeah, you could be in that situation too, because everything you spend is in regards to business now. We need to understand taxes. Don't listen to these people telling you how to make $1 million if they don't tell you about taxes. You understand, people? Use that, take that. Step forward, last step. Understand that we are in a class system, a class system. Class is based on credit. It's a status. It's a status community. Well, a status society. It's based on status. And when it's based on status, it's based on credit. Those that are based on credit, it is privy to different things within the realm of life. So we need to only utilize 15% of our credit score. We could go way more in depth. Y'all can hit me up on a personal level. Me and Mondo build damn near at least once or twice a week, and we talk that talk. So if we really want to talk about resolutions, y'all can hit me up. My numbers, I put my number in the chat. But utilize 15% of your credit, because when you are privy to credit, you will not be able to suffer from gentrification. Because people say gentrification is because we ain't got no money. No, that's because we're not privy to credit. So those are the resolutions. Please hit me up. Reach out to me. I love each and every one of y'all. Take care and all love, man. Peace and love and perpetual success.
Oh, man. All right. Monty, while you still driving, where are you going? Nobody knows. Where are you going?
I went to Costco, bro. I went to Costco. I had to get out of the city, man. Baltimore's about to turn up. But nah, like Dennis, I definitely agree with you. Like those are some powerful statements. And I think it's gonna take us a minute to get there, like us as black people. But I think what we can do is turn around and pull somebody along with us, right? So everybody on this call, we're all educated, right? We're all doing what we need to do. We need to reach out and grab somebody random, whether it's family, whether it's a young woman or a young guy that's, I don't know, 12, 13, 14, like 18, 21, fuck it. Like bring them along and show them this information. That way it just, it spreads like that. I think that's one way that we can resolve this. And hopefully we can make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, yeah, Kaepernick, he took a knee, but I just hate the fact that we got to rely on these celebrities as our leaders. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that shit. That's our situation. Don't get it twisted. I got some celebrities. I look up to them, right? But, like, it sucks that that's how we are as like, black folks. It sucks that that's what we got to do. So we got to be those leaders, man. We got to be those leaders. We got to spark that within our own community, whether it's wherever it is, like our own little network. Like we got to spark that and just keep spreading it from here. I think that'll help. And the third one, sadly enough, I think an eye for an eye, man. Like I just feel like this burning sensation that's throughout a lot of black people out here, like a lot of people that's, strapped and ready to go and all the other shit. When they start shooting back, then I think they're going to hear us, and maybe that'll come with a quicker change. No, I'm not gonna be out there shooting and looting, but like, you got the fucking president saying when the looting starts, the shooting starts. Like, nigga, what kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I just feel like it's getting to that point where people are tired. People are tired of this shit, and then they're tired of just sitting back. So, I mean, it's sad to say, but I think that's a quick resolution to get some kind of change around here.
Thank you. We got Trav, anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually saw a quote the other day. Somebody said that some of these kids that are high profile players, they should, instead of going high D1, they need to go to HBCUs. A lot of them, they don't know their history. I don't know the history. I surround myself with the right people, and I learn information from them. I don't even know a lot about the African American history. I know a lot about the white history, but I don't know about Black African American history. And I wish I had some more guidance as far as college. When I was growing up on today's society, because history repeats itself. We're going through it again, and it's gonna keep happening over and over and over and over again. And there's not much we can do to change it. But the more history you learn, it can possibly recreate over time. So I took that quote very, very close to heart, because there's some kids that I know that are high profile athletes And, you know, maybe I can kind of give them some guidance. They might not listen to me, but maybe pass that message along because it makes sense, just so they can educate themselves instead of chasing a dollar and a dream.
Wow. Thank you. Well, honestly, y'all, this was amazing. I appreciate everybody's words, everybody's insight, everybody's input. This is groundbreaking stuff. I want to do this again. Just listening to Dennis, like we got 3 people in here that know finance, like they know it. I'm not gonna point y'all out. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know.
Hey, and I know economics
And at least
like a
4,
motherfucker.
at least 4 of y'all. Actually,
I know my finance. I know economics like a motherfucker.
like just as much, I'm sure, as Mondo's talking to Dennis. I talk with Monty. How many times? I speak with Monty about 3 times a day about whatever. Like so
too many fucking times. Too many.
I call him like, yo, what's up? What's going on with this? What's going on with this? Just cause like, cause he knows the stuff. So there's people within this chat itself, and that's kind of like I like bringing my college people around with my people from home, because I have a good group of people where we can all connect, and we need to come together and do things. Granted, I'm all the way across the country, but I'm always down for a good idea. So pick up the phone, call each other. Let's get some things. Drop your number in the chat. Let's exchange info. Let's do what we got to do.
One thing I will say, and I heard this on the podcast the other day. I don't know if anybody listens to Eric Thomas' podcast, but during the last podcast, they mentioned something. They said, remember as little kids used to see them little rich white people and be like, look at that spoiled trust fund baby. And then it's like, damn, you see how we used to think about that negatively? And now it's like, man, I want some damn trust fund baby. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Go ahead, Mal. Were you going to say something?
No, only thing I was just gonna say is, like you were saying, like I'm to that point now where I've been trying to do a little research on finances, stocks, stuff like that, learn a little bit more, because I wasn't taught that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So everything, like money, we got to learn everything. We gotta, you know, go into the books, go into Google, and type in stuff and just sit down and learn it, because. Or let's have somebody that does know it and teach us, because like Dennis, bro, like I got your new number. I'm definitely gonna be hitting you up, fam. Cause I really got some stuff that I got some money that I got just sitting that I need to put somewhere. So I need some guidance on where I need to start. And I like the input that you gave us today, because like I'm really gonna jump on this stuff, man. Because I've been talking, me and my cousin Shayla, she on here, and she been helping me with talking about stocks and stuff like that. I'm getting to that point where the moves are starting to be made. So like,
yeah,
I
gotta push it.
Look,
I want to have this group. I want to do this.
George, drop the self plug. George, self plug. Go ahead.
Yeah, so absolutely, Dennis. I love what you were saying. I'm gonna also drop my number in here. I'm a financial advisor. That's what I build trust for these white folks, for them to have their generational wealth, get their assets in the trust. All of that. I completely agree with everything that Dennis was saying. Like I said, that's my 9 to 5. And on the side as well, I do have a business that invests in real estate within the area as well. So I'm gonna definitely drop my number as well, Dennis. We definitely gonna have to connect as well.
Brother.
100%.
Brother, I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother. And I would tell you this: a lot of people, man, when I get to talking that talk, yo, people would tell me like, "Yo, I don't believe that." Like,
Yo,
and you
fam,
work with it 9 to 5, bro. You work with it 9 to 5, yo. Like, if you could, like, I don't know, like, bro, explain, like, this information can change your life. He's telling y'all white people going in there and making trust funds. I just gave y'all, man, I don't know. Look, I don't wanna be that guy and be on that time, but I just gave y'all everything you need, bro. I just gave you all your resolutions. You don't need to go Google. You don't need to, like, everything you just got there gonna help you out, bro. I guarantee you. It's facts.
Here we go.
I'm just saying, thank you though, brother. My number in there, bro. I just wanted you work 9 to 5 and do this, bro. Like,
yeah, me
on,
too.
So self plug number 2. Go ahead, Monty. He worked for the ops of George's company.
Yeah, George is on fucking Vanguard, man. But I work for I work for this competition, so I'm on the same thing, man. I work 9 to 5, stock market. What I do is I wholesale. I'm like the distro to financial advisors. So financial advisors are advising rich ass people. These advisors don't know shit. They turn to me, and I tell them what to do with rich people's money. So more than happy, man, to hop on another one of these calls, man, and we could set something up, like, because this is where it starts. This is where it starts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
on that note, hit me up, y'all. We'll be in touch. I'm gonna post this. Give me some time. I'm gonna post it though.
It's crazy what these
We'll
crooked
see how
cops
this
will
goes.
fucking do to us.
Love y'all.
They kill us off and sweep
All
our
right, yo.
ashes like some fucking dust. You got a badge, but you the main one I can't trust. There's nothing new.